He looks at me, he goes, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm good." I go, "Can I say something?" He's like, "Yeah." As my heel starts sinking into the mud. "This better be funny." He goes, "I know." That's kind of my favorite scene. Hi there.
I know she's quite fond of working with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience working with Kate Hewlett?
Kate Hewlett is an amazing actress. She's beautiful, way better kisser than her brother. God, she's gorgeous. Oh, yeah, no, she's fantastic. Really lovely girl. Really nice quality. I think she's going to be a big star. I really do. I think she's got this essence about her, which is just, you can tell when someone's talented, you know what I mean? Not only that, she's a lovely person, so it was a blast working with her. It's so cool to see the dynamic between, I'm from a big family, and see David work with his sister and stuff. I mean, the guy wrote it, produced it, directed it, and starred in it, and his sister's in it as well, so I mean, pretty amazing, right? You know, for somebody like that. And of course, his wife is co-producing with him, so it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, and then cast your sibling in it as well. And you know, not only is she his sibling, but she's perfect for the role and super talented. So it was a real pleasure, honestly. It was a real pleasure working with her. Hope I get a chance to work with her another time. It was great.
I was wondering, do you have any souvenirs from the set of Stargate Atlantis? Did anything just happen to go missing, possibly? Like some things supposedly did with Battlestar, for example.
Like the Stopgate? That's in my living room. I have my costume in my closet, and actually I just changed things up, moved recently, and I have it in a plastic bag, you know, like a laundry bag, and I looked at it, and honestly I was like, oh my god, look at that. It's my costume with the Scottish flag on the sleeve from, I think, season 1 or 2, that one.
Why did you wear it?
Actually, I don't know. Damn it! Damn it, Jim! I should have. No, but I took that. I took my chair back. I took a couple of earpieces, you know, little earpieces that you have, a few things like that. Little souvenirs, nothing crazy, you know, a couple scalpels, you know, whatever. You know, that sort of thing. I know Jason Momoa took, like, you know, his gun, which he has, that gigantic thing he has, you know. And he became really good at twirling it around. You can ask him about that, but he took that, his leather pants and stuff, which, you know, he'd probably wear, especially at Dragon Con. You know, things like that. I don't know if anybody else took, but like, they're preserving this set. Hopefully there'll be a movie. That's why, you know, so I couldn't take the actual set. But I remember in the season 1, when we first saw the set, and you're kind of like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Because you walk in, I don't know if you've ever been there, but it looks like a nightclub, right? You walk in, and Rainbow, you know, Rainbow's on Frank's, right? He looks at me and goes, I could totally DJ up there. I'm like, yeah, totally. It's pretty cool. Hi there.
Hello. I'd like to know, do you ever go back to Paisley, Scotland? And if you do, where's your favorite place to go, or your favorite place in Scotland?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you hitting on me? Because it's working right now.
That's good.
Shy. Do I ever go back to...
I know a gorgeous man when I see one.
Thank you, Georgia. I go back, when you fly into Glasgow, you actually land in Paisley. So I have not been, I was supposed to go back there for a convention last Christmas, but I ended up working on something, so I could not make it. But I go back from time to time, and I'd love to go back. Maybe next year I'll go back, but I love going back to Scotland. It's amazing, you know. And my goal always when I did the show, when I first read for the show, you know, there's many and many accents that maybe people have, like in Georgia or whatever. There's different variations of the accents, right? So obviously with Scottish accents, there's not just one Scottish accent. So when they thought I was going to do Beckett, they thought I was going to talk like Glaswegian very quick like that. You know what I mean? Like that sort of accent, like that, quick. No one understands what the hell you're saying, for God's sakes. Like that thing. So I said, no, there are educated Scottish people who go to university and speak like that very much. You know, and like, oh, thank God you're not Glaswegian. I'm like, yeah, well, I kind of am, but whatever. So, it's fantastic to be able to go back there and have Scottish people think, oh, for God's sakes, I thought you're from Scotland. I said, yeah, I am. You know, I was born there. That's my, I think also when you do an accent, the goal is always, you want the people from wherever you're doing the accent from to think you're from there, right? That would be the goal. Because otherwise you're going, oh my God, that guy's doing a horrible Scottish accent. That was my biggest fear. You know, I said to my dad, when he watched the first episode, my parents, you know, they're like, I'm number 6 out of 7 kids. My dad's almost 80. So we watch the show. My mom and dad come over watching TV. They, you know, they don't really watch it too much. So I have video of it. And we're watching it, and my mom and dad, and they talk nonstop during the show, right? And the show comes on, there's David, myself, and Joe in a scene. And he's like, my dad's like, is that you? I said, no, that's Joe Flanagan. That's you? I said, no, I'm the other guy, Dad, the guy with the Scottish accent. He goes, is that you do the Scottish accent? I said, yeah. That's bloody good, for God's sakes. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Then David comes up. He's like, is that you? I said, no, I'm the other guy. I'm the Scottish guy. So you're just frustrated, right, watching it with them. My mom's like, would you like some tea and toast? I'm like, yes, I would. That'd be great. They can't sit down. God bless you. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. I was wondering, how do you relate to Dr. Beckett, and in what ways do you find yourself different?
How do I relate to Dr. Beckett? In what ways do I find myself different? I think that every character, as an actor, in my opinion, is an extension of yourself to a certain degree. You know, I think you bring... I also say, whenever I go in for anything, I bring a little piece of Polly into it. You know what I mean? Like a little piece of myself into the part. Because I think that's what people want to see, is the humanity of the character. And I think Dr. Beckett has a lot of humanity in the character. That's what I love about the character, because out of any character I've played, he can be very compassionate, soulful, you know, angsty, brave at times, you know, silly, shy, and, you know, and sometimes, you know, very sad, a very remorseful character because he has so much pressure on him. So I think that, you know, you bring a little piece of yourself, and hopefully you bring the humanity of the character. I think any role that an actor has an opportunity to play, if you bring the humanity of yourself into the character, I think that's what makes the characters interesting. When you have an opportunity to do that, and you bring a little bit of yourself into it. And hopefully I did that with Dr. Beckett, you know. So that's the part. I love how the writers given him the opportunity to be a sad character and also a very funny character at times, and you know, a brave character, and also you know, just someone that everybody kind of gets along with in the show. He's sort of, in many ways, I mean, the fans sort of dub him sort of the heart, in many ways, of the show. You know what I mean? In that sense, he had that type of character, like the best friend, the buddy. You know what I mean? And he's very handsome. So the writers wrote that. Thank you. Anyway, that's my opinion on the character. I mean, I think it was the kind of character you want to play because he gets to do so much. You know, he's just not one-dimensional. Like, which is, as an actor, you want to play, you know, a character like that. Sometimes he's, you know, he's just not beating people up or he's screaming all the time. He's sensitive, and at times he can be very, you know, powerful. You know, so it's a very interesting character to have an opportunity to play. And I often say it, and I'll say it again, because I would not be this character if it wasn't for the fans, because initially he was written in as a reoccurring character on the show.